Aquarius, my beautiful people. Eight of Cups is coming in for you. You're ready to leave something behind and start moving forward. So it's tea and terror time with Julie. Grab yourself a cuppa, put your feet up, get yourself comfy. Let's have a little look what's going on for my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross-watching. This is a timeless reading. Whenever you find it is when it's meant to be for you, or if it doesn't resonate right now, come back to it another time. That's why I've put them on a timeless list, because timelines are kind of collapsing. So we're all on different parts of the path. So when I put these readings up now, and I have been for a couple of months, don't worry about, oh, I'm putting it up on the 1st of July, so it's for July. It's not. It's whenever it feels right for you. And you could come back to it in 3 months' time and it would be relevant. So let's have a look what's going on for my Aquarius. Okay, the room is a little darker because we've got a heat wave going on here in the UK. And so I had to shut the curtains to try and keep the room relatively cooler, even though it's 10 a.m. and it is currently 27 degrees in my office. And so another couple of degrees I won't be able to work in here. I have an air conditioning unit on order, but they've sold out. I've never had one before. I've talked about getting one for about 25 years. Every time we have a little mini heat wave that we get in the UK, I'm like, that's it. I'm biting the bullet. And then it passes in 3 or 4 days and you're like, oh, I'm all right, it's not worth it. But they're coming more often, longer and hotter. So I am getting one, but I'm on a waiting list. So until then, we do the best we can to keep cool. All right, now, 8 of Cups, we're ready. Aquarius. Well, isn't that interesting? The devil in the same position as Capricorn had it. All right, especially if you're on the cusp with Capricorn, check out that reading as well. So we've got the 8 of Cups, the devil, and the Knight of Swords. We've got the Knight of Wands. Center of your reading, we've got the Lovers. A decision needs to be made here. With the Death card, am I going to allow things to end or not? Well, we've got the World saying, yeah, basically you are. Okay, we've got 3 cards now about endings. With the 6 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. Okay. Now, that's the Marchetti deck, by the way. Let me get you your affirmation out. Okay, let me just turn that fan down because it might be disturbing you a little bit with the microphone. Okay, we've got 2. We have the only approval I need is my own. I trust my inner knowing. And I am energized, healthy, and full of vitality. So let's have a little look at these then. These are your key affirmations, right? So I want you to really come into this energy. Actually, they're saying have a look at it. If you're washing the dishes, just pause for a little minute, look at the card and just absorb it. I am energized, not I might be, maybe. I am energized, healthy, and full of vitality. Because if you've been feeling exhausted or unwell, or just like you, no mojo, right? I want you to step into this alignment, all right? This affirmation. They're very powerful, but you've got to feel it and believe it. I am energized. I am healthy. I am vitalized. I am got my mojo back, okay? We're getting into that energy. And this approval card, right? The only approval I need is my own. I trust my inner knowing. Right. The thing is, we're not stupid. We've got our own moral compass. We've got our own sense of right and wrong. We've got our own sense of our inner being saying, this feels right for me. I want to do it. But a lot of the times we then go and check in with somebody else to confirm. I've got this idea. What do you think? And they might say, that's a brilliant idea. And then that supports us and we go and do it. Or they might say, well, that's a stupid idea. That's crazy. That won't work. And we go, okay, then I won't bother. And we do it quite often, don't we? All right. So why are we doing that? This is a time now, right? Going forward for the next forever. We're letting go of that approval. Of course, it's nice to have approval for people to support you, but we don't need it in order to get on with our life and do what's right for us. We want to step into our own approval. I trust my inner knowing. If my inner knowing says this is right for me, I want to follow it. I want to trust it. I want to go with it. And you've got a third one, which I only just noticed. I am aligned with freedom and ease. There we go. Freedom from needing other people's approval, freedom from struggle, stepping now into ease. That doesn't mean that life is going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. It means that it's easier than it was. I'm moving towards a life that every day, in every way, my life gets easier and easier. So your affirmation, I am aligned with freedom and ease. Now, I really like to see that there because we've got the devil on the table, which is not having the freedom, feeling trapped, feeling stuck. And it's like, okay, so we recognize it and say, I can overcome this. I can get rid of this. So let's just look at overall on the table before we dive into each card. We've got two knights. Knights are action cards, right? And it's really important, the action. So many times people will comment. I read all your comments, by the way, and thank you for taking the time to comment. And some people will say, well, nothing's changed for me. I want to ask you, what action have you taken to change it? What action have you taken in terms of your alignment? What action have you taken in terms of affirmations and aligning with that which you want? What action have you taken? And it's so important. And this is why I wrote this book, right? Shameless plug, don't care, right? From Hoping to Having, out now, the Ultimate Law of Attraction Guidebook. Have a look at the reviews on Amazon, right? 4.8. People are telling you that this transformed their life. They really saw changes, that everything started to move forward, that everything started to unlock and unblock once they read this. It's on every kind of ebook, it's on every kind of audiobook, Spotify, it's on everything, and it's in print. And so link is below if you're interested. But if you're one of those people that says nothing's changing for me and I'm stuck and I'm trapped with that devil energy, then please read this book or somebody else's, doesn't have to be mine, or go and watch Abraham Hicks, or do what you need to do to shift your energy into freedom, because the devil says you're stuck. And you can easily believe it. So let's start with this. I am aligned with freedom and ease. This is my deck taken from the book, all right? When we step into this alignment, when we release the blocks, and half the time we don't know what the blocks are, so we have to find them, clear them, release them, step into the alignment, and then we're good to go, okay? So the only approval you need is your own. You're listening to your inner guidance. You're focused on, I'm energized, I'm healthy, I'm ready to go forward, and I'm ready to do this. Because Aquarius, there's no ifs or buts here. You've got multiple cards of moving on from something, all right? Endings. You've got the Eight of Cups. I'm moving on from that. We've got the World, the closing of a major cycle, done, dusted, finished. We've got the Lovers. We need to make a decision to say, yeah, I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to move towards death, another ending, right? This needs to end. The old paradigm is ending. I'm taking action on it because I'm not satisfied. I'm bored. I'm stagnant. I'm ready for more. That's the overall view of this reading. So let's go into it in detail, and then we're going to find out what you're moving on to with a different deck. Okay, so let's start with this Eight of Cups, the card that, as I was shuffling for Aquarius, what's the key energy here? And it was the Eight of Cups. So it's like, right, okay, that's what came out for you. This is a card about moving on from something that is done. It's not a disaster, right? The cups are still standing. It's not like they're all smashed and spilt. It's like, but it's just not fitting me anymore. It's not me anymore. I'm ready to move on, right? Things are shifting. What is it you're leaving behind? It might be a job, a friendship, a relationship, a negative way of thinking, an addiction, because the devil's there as well. Whatever it is, you're saying, I'm done with this. I'm ready to move on. It feels really right. I don't need anybody else's approval to do this. I don't need anybody's permission. I'm moving on. So let's say, for example, that this is a job. You've decided you're going to apply for something else. And your friends and family or partners says, well, what do you want to do that for? It's secure, it's stable. You're taking a big risk to go and try something new. And you're like, but it feels right. I just need to do this for me, or you want to start that business or that side hustle and people tell you you're wasting your time. Just do it because it feels right for you. Doesn't have to be about career, doesn't have to be about money. This could be, I'm changing my way of eating. I'm going to go vegetarian. I'm going to go carnivore. I'm going to go paleo. I'm going to go whatever. All right. I'm doing it different. I'm leaving that behind. I'm doing it differently. Okay. And I don't need your approval to do it. I'm taking action on this. The Knight of Wands is the most kind of dive in, just charge in, just get on with it. Don't think about it. Just jump in the deep end. Don't go in the shallow end and paddle quietly to see if you like the temperature of the water. No, no, no. The Knight of Wands just dive straight in the deep end. And like, I'll deal with it. All right. This is determined, focused action. Now, that could be about your career or anything you're excited about or whatever it is from the Eight of Cups that you're moving on from. You're saying this is absolutely right because this old paradigm I've been living, this structure that I've been living in, it's done. It's not working for me anymore. We've got the Four of Cups. This is like, meh, yeah, it's all right. It's not a disaster, but I would like to feel more excited and energized because this is a card of boredom and stagnancy and dissatisfaction. Like I've outgrown something and it's just not doing it for me anymore. And I'm ready to move on. And I don't care if other people agree or disagree. I'm doing this for me, right? So the world is saying every part of your being is I'm ready to move forward into something new. But your mind will go, yeah, but that won't work, will it? Oh, you're not ready. Oh, you're not good enough. Oh, what will people say? That's the devil energy. It's where I feel stuck, restricted, blocked, blinded, like trapped, right? Where are you feeling trapped? Because tell you what, Aquarius, you're saying, no, no more. No more being trapped. But I'm aware of it and I'm going to have to push forward and take action on this. And that means I need to make a decision. We've got the Lovers in the center of your reading. Now, the Lovers can be talking about romantic relationships. And for some of you, this ending can absolutely be talking about a marriage, a friendship, something that is a significant relationship that is done, right? But predominantly, the energy of the Lovers isn't actually about romantic love. It's about decisions, right? It's about making a decision that I need something to change. And then once you've made that decision, boof, you're off, right? We've got the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is success, recognition. I passed some kind of test and I am so chuffed with myself, right? That the Six of Wands comes after the Five of Wands, funnily enough, right? The Five of Wands is that battle energy. You're going up against something, right? Competition, going into having to deal with arguments. And that could be because somebody hasn't given you approval and you're standing up against them and you won. This is the victory energy. That's why he's holding the wand aloft, okay, above. And it's saying, right, I'm ready to be seen and recognize how brilliant I am, how wonderful I am. I'm so proud of myself. And no, this is not arrogance. And no, it's not conceitedness. It is you saying, I deserve to stand tall and proud and be seen, and to recognize that I've been through a battle, come out the other side, and I'm chuffed with myself. I'm proud of myself. And I am now taking swift action with the Knight of Swords. He's the fastest knight in the deck in terms of charging in. But this is about your communication. So I'm charging in to apply for that or speak to the realtor about putting my house on the market or jump on a dating site because I'm ready to start again. It's taking action, social media, it's sending messages, emails, it's taking action in that way. We're following through. We're not just thinking about it. We've made the decision, Lovers in the center, made the decision, that's it. I'm taking the action to end with the Death card and transform this Four of Cups, this boredom, this stagnancy. It's just not doing it for me. I deserve a life where I'm following my own inner guidance and my own approval, where I'm free to make my own choices and to step into ease, and where I am energized and healthy. And so, with that Devil card, you could absolutely, because of this energized, healthy, and vitality card, with the Devil card, let's say, for example, your job absolutely drains you. You're working 60 hours a week every week. There's no time for anything. You have no life outside of work, and it's affecting, of course it is affecting your energy and health and vitality. And so you feel trapped with the Devil in that situation. But you see, you make the decision with the Lovers card. I'm making the decision to find something, to recognize it, to say, I'm ready to move forward and end that. I'm going to be applying for other jobs. I'm going to do what I need to do because this is not floating my boat. It's not doing it for me. Okay. The Four of Cups is not a disaster card, but it is a card of this is boring. It's Groundhog Day of rinse, repeat, go again without any sense of real fulfillment. And that's what I want. So I'm absolutely aligning here with releasing the chains that bind me, with allowing myself to move forward, taking the action that I feel is appropriate, making that decision to do so, because the end of that cycle is here. Now I can fight it, which would be the Devil. Resist, resist. It's like, no, that's just going to exhaust me. I don't want to resist this. I want to embrace it, and I want to stand tall and proud, and I want to allow the endings to happen where they want to happen. So let's find out some more then. What deck? We're going to use the Light Seers Tarot. Okay, so where are we moving on to? Where's my Aquarians moving on to, please? Where, what, who? Tell me more. We can see the ending. What's the new beginning then? Okay, we've got the Three of Swords. That ending needs to be letting go of old stuff, right? We've got the Three of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting, Aquarius. So you're being asked to have a look. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm just listening to my team. For some of you, this ending is painful. All right, let's not dress it up. For some of you, this is old pain that you can finally get rid of now. I'm fed up. This is a fed up card of carrying these old wounds, and I'm ready to release them. And that, for you, is what's ending with the Death card and the World. The old pain, the old narrative, the old resentments, letting them go now, letting them go. For many of you, that's what the message is. For some of you, it's that the ending itself is painful. Perhaps you're walking away from a marriage, and even though it feels right to do so, it's still painful, it still hurts. And perhaps you weren't the one making the decision to end the marriage. Perhaps your partner has ended it for you and said, I'm leaving, and you are bereft. Now, if that's you, I want you to just be gentle with yourself, give yourself time, and allow it to gently move through you. You will heal, but it's not easy energy, okay? So whether this is current or whether this is past stuff that's going on, this energy is present about what I'm leaving behind, right? So it's either you're leaving this behind or the leaving itself is creating the pain, depending on your own circumstances. You know, if this is a job that's ended and, you know, you didn't want it to end, the company's folded, you may be feeling very upset, but I want you to just trust there'll be another job, there'll be another lover, there'll be another friend that is better for you, because this one, Seven of Swords, this is lies, deceit, deception, sneaking off. This is a negative card in that way. But there's another side to the Seven of Swords that isn't so negative. but we've got to take both. Okay. So it can be that, yes, this ending is on the back of what has been lies and deceit, because I want to live more authentically. I've been misled and I'm ready to move on from that. This could be cheating, that your partner's cheated on you. The marriage comes to an end. That's why we've got the Three of Swords. But better to know. Yes, better to move on to something else. But you may well be feeling with that Four of Pentacles that, like, oh, I want to hold on to this as much as I can. See her grabbing hold of her purse. How am I going to manage? Is it going to be okay? There's a little bit of holding on energy here. But it's a four, so it's about your foundations, and fours are positive cards. So just trust that there is enough and it'll be okay and it's going to come good. Now, the other message with this Seven of Swords is not just about lies, deceit, and deception. It's the sort of sneaky energy, or we can change that word to discreet. Discreet, okay, which is a more positive word for I'm not letting you know my business. All right. So it may be well here that you are moving on to look for another job and you're telling no one. You're keeping your mouth shut. You're saying nobody's business but mine. All right. And if that's for you, then take it like that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You tell people when you're ready to tell people. Again, the only approval you need is your own. And sometimes we don't want to share things with people. And you may feel like they'll be upset if I don't. And, approval. You don't need their approval. You do what's right for you. Follow your inner guidance. If it's right for you to do this quietly and discreetly, you do that. All right. Some people will move house without telling their family they're moving. Some people will, leave a marriage, a relationship without telling their family. Oh yeah, we split up 3 months ago. What? Why didn't you tell me? It's like, I wasn't ready to. That's okay. If you want to keep it to yourself, you keep it to yourself. But be aware of this Four of Pentacles, because this says that I do have enough. There is enough here for me. I don't need to hold on too tightly. I can allow it to move through. I can allow it to let go, because all this energy is about letting go, isn't it? Moving on, moving on, moving on. So we're either moving on from the pain, from the boredom. We're definitely moving on from the boredom. There's no doubt about that. But for some of you, you're leaving the Three of Swords behind. And for others of you, the moving on is what's causing the pain. But I want you to just trust that if that is for you, it will pass, right? It might take some time, but it'll pass. All right. Now, the Four of Pentacles, we're going to just trust that there is enough, and we're not going to hold on too tightly. We're going to allow. Okay. And we have the Hermit, which is all about you, with the Ace of Swords, the new beginning, and Justice. Oh, see, I like this for you. I like it a lot. Okay. We've got the Hermit, which is the Virgo card, but this is about health and energy as well, Virgo energy, all right? But this is also about self-reflection, self-awareness, allowing your light to shine, looking at your path. This is a card of sometimes I need to do this on my own. I need to go into hermit mode. I need to recover and recuperate, and I need to focus on what next for me. What is the path? What is the right path? Where am I going? Who's coming with me? Who am I leaving behind? Why is it important to me? This is a really powerful card. It's also a very spiritual card of trusting your inner guidance and your inner knowing. The light that is shining from the Hermit is your starlight, your hopes, wishes, dreams, aspirations, your sense of dreaming big and allowing your light to shine. You may well be leaving a situation here that has dimmed you, exhausted you, drained you. All right. And this is why now you're getting back into the affirmation. Always means this is what we need to step into because we haven't got enough of it. All right. So if your energy has been lacking, if your health has been poor, if your vitality has been on the floor, this is the time now with the Hermit where you are truly coming into your light, reflecting on it all, taking the learning, taking the awareness, setting the goals of where am I going next, and then that new beginning beginning unfolds. The Ace of Swords is a new beginning, the aha moments, the ideas, the inspiration, the I know what I got to do, the oh, ping, the lights are going on and I'm starting to see clearly where I'm going. And where am I going? I am heading towards justice, fairness, balance, equilibrium. This is karmic justice. Now, for some of you, this might be legal justice. You're signing contracts for a new job or a new business or a new home. You may well be in a legal situation, not necessarily a battle. I don't necessarily want to say legal battle, but it might be a legal situation, perhaps for a divorce settlement, financial settlement, or an employment settlement, that this is what you're heading towards, this justice. These scales are balancing up in your favor. So if you have been finding that life has been a little unfair, a little imbalanced, that now you are coming into balance. And that is what you're moving towards. So as the endings, when we wrap this up, the Eight of Cups, I'm ready to move on. I'm taking my action towards it. I am stepping into a full, complete ending of a situation. That might be leaving old pain behind, or it might be creating new pain from the ending. But this is right for me, and I will move past the pain and I will heal. The devil has been trying to hold me back for long enough, and I'm not allowing it anymore. I'm making a decision to step into being seen, being recognized, my victory. And I am now stepping into my new world, taking action on what needs to end with the Death card. End, transform, transcend. Because the life I've been living is old and stale and stagnant, and I'm ready for more. So whatever I'm leaving behind, I might be doing it discreetly, or I might be leaving behind deception. I'm not going to hold on too tightly to anything. If it's meant to go, I'm going to let it go. If it's meant to stay, it'll stay. This is where I step into my trust and I reflect on what's important for me and why. And that brings me my ideas, my inspiration, and my new beginning, which is far more just and fair and balanced. And if I'm waiting on contracts on anything, I am signing them now, and that is why I can leave all this behind. If you have been waiting for a job offer, a new home, any kind of contracts to come through so that you can move on, they're coming through. Okay? All right, my beautiful people, let's finish off with an angel card. Final messages then, please, for, and that one as well. Okay, for Aquarius. Okay, we've got Heaven's Door, I Am Beautiful, and Fulfillment. Lovely, let's discuss. So Heaven's Door. Heaven is not a place up there in the sky that we get to when we die. All right, heaven is whatever you make it, wherever you are, in whatever time space you are. It doesn't have to be in the future. It can be created in the now. This card encourages you, number 27, which is a 9, to start moving towards the light there. The angel is pointing at the door, saying, here is the light. Create your heaven on earth. Create the world that you want to live in. That is fulfilling and enriching and light and bright and beautiful, because you are stepping into the most beautiful time. You are beautiful. All right. So 37, which is a 10, which comes to a 1, the I am beautiful. When I see my own beauty, when I see and recognize my own amazing, wonderful being that I am, when I see my own beauty, I start to see the beauty in the world, in life, in everything. And the more I see the beauty, the more beauty is created in and around me. This is the way the law of attraction works. What I focus on, I get more of. I'm focusing on being beautiful and creating a beautiful life. And so that is what I create. but something major here is ending for you, and it's all opening up now for you to step into something new and beautiful. This is a lovely reading for you, Aquarius. I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back on Friday with the weekly collective, and until then, you have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me, and if you haven't yet, give it a subscribe. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, and I will see you soon. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.